Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today is a bit of a different video and I thought of making a small video on how I record stuff and just like what kind of stuff I use, what my setup is like, just to help. I just thought it might be a good way to help you people out there who are wanting to get into a hobby like this, where you can record your games, you can do whatever you want, and I just wanted to do that today and kind of show you what you can do, because knowing me, I am currently a student, so I do not have loads of money whatsoever. So most of this is done from previous savings that I've built up, or stuff I've been able to afford for quite budget. I'd say most of my stuff is quite budget, and I wanted to take you through easy ways to get started with all of this. And yeah, so let's start with the software side, and that is, of course, the first thing you want to do is recording. Now, you've probably already heard this. The screen's gonna look really weird for all of a sudden because I'm screen recording the screen recording software. But basically, to start with, I use a program called OBS, and you've probably heard of that multiple times. It is free, it is open source, it is perfect, and it runs on pretty much any spec machine you probably have. So it is really good for recording anything. If you want to get into streaming, it supports all of that too as well. I find it really cool to use, and yeah, so it's incredibly simple. You have so many input devices. So currently I'm display capturing, which does the whole screen. You can do a specific window. There's one for games, but usually it for me sometimes it doesn't really work. Here, audio and video capture. As soon as I turn those on, yep, you're gonna see my Wii. I turn it off, and then we're back here. So this bit records that bit records my Wii, which is connected to my computer using a capture card, which I will show in a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the recording side. There's not much else up. And now from recording, you're probably thinking, oh, what about editing videos? And I've got a few solutions for that too. So now we are here on the editing side. So a program that I use, which I didn't know was free until I started doing this, is DaVinci Resolve. It's completely free, and it's got so much stuff. I would say it's on par with things like Adobe Premiere and Sony Vegas, and you don't have to buy those things at all, because to be honest, they are a bit of a rip-off, and I don't really recommend spending hundreds and hundreds on a video editing software, unless you're like fully professional. But still, you've got everything on this program for completely free. So for example, at first it looks horrifying to you if you've never done editing before in your life, but it is completely simple. All you have to do is, from your file explorer, just drag your video files into the program. Anywhere in the program, you could put it onto the timeline. You can put it here too. And then as soon as it's imported in, so I've just got my first Wii bowling video here as an example. Here it is now in your program. You can click separately to change your audio, or if you click on top, you can choose to position your video differently. You can choose to resize your video if you want. So if you're doing like different size videos like shorts or something, then that's when you would use it. Cutting videos is very simple. It's all right here in this toolbar. You've got play, pause, forward, backwards. That's all there for you. And cut, you can cut videos whenever you want. If I highlight this bit and right click, press cut, it goes. Or one thing I find really cool is, say I want to get rid of this bit of the video, however I want to keep this audio here. If I just press the delete key, it just shortens the timeline straight away for you. Sometimes it kind of works, it sometimes doesn't, but I find it really, really useful. So that's that bit of it. If I go into the Fusion tab at the bottom, this is how I get my thumbnails from my videos. As you know, they're just simple. They're just simple screenshots from the game. All I do, it's as simple as, all you do is go into the Fusion section. You first you find the bit on the timeline that you want to take the thumbnail from. Go into Fusion, right click, and literally just click Save Image, and it will let you save it wherever you want. And the final bit is in Deliver. I should really clear up all my stuff. But basically, the options I use when exporting video, this should be the same. This should be all these settings, if I could talk properly, should all be in various different video editing softwares and stuff. It's not just like proprietary to this software. So say file name, your location. So I export my videos in 1080p. For some reason though, they sometimes export into 4K. I think it's because I used the custom export by accident. Frame rate should automatically set itself to 60 depending on what video you have recorded and stuff. It should do it automatically. Format, of course, MP4. Video codec, I would definitely recommend H.264 or H.265. There isn't really much of a difference between the two. Just let it do auto, high profile, and the rest I literally haven't touched anything. Add render and render all, and that is pretty much the editing part of it. After you've done all the editing, go into YouTube, create a studio, upload your video, and you're pretty much done on that part. So let's switch over to phone camera me. To take you around the kind of stuff that I use in my setup and kind of stuff that you can try to use as well. Hello and welcome back. So if the audio is a bit weird, it is a camera microphone after all, but welcome to the real life. So to start with, uni rooms being not that spacious, I've had to try do the best I can. So stuff may seem a little cramped, but of course your desk setup can be whatever it wants. I don't mind. So let's start with one of the most important things in getting with this is, of course, you need to talk to people. And if you want to do this, let me move that out of the way. I use a Razer Kia, no, not Kia, that's the webcam. Razer Siren Mini, that's it. So I'm getting mixed up with all the stuff I have. I use the Razer Siren Mini. Now, usually it costs around £30 to £40 online, but I got it for about 20 quid. Of course, it is always recommended, wait for the sales, whether that be summer sales, Black Friday, winter sales. It is so worth it because you can get so much for so cheap. So this is what I use when recording, which is my microphone, of course. I have a boom arm, which I've put Tiny Creatures, which my sister gave me, on it. So this boom arm, it's really, really, really simple. It was 12 quid on Amazon, so wasn't not expensive at all. You see all these YouTubers with these big mics and these like really ergonomic boom arms, but this works perfectly fine for what I'm doing at the moment. It moves forward, backwards. Oh my god, I just took it out, but it basically moves. It's not the best operated with one hand. Definitely requires a bit more power. Sorry about that, but it it moves up and down, forward, backwards, side to side, all everything that you want. Now, of course, next is your PC setup. You probably noticed a big rainbow thingy in the middle, which is of course my keyboard. It is the Keychron K4V2, and it is a 96%, so it's only missing a few of the keys like print screen, ins and stuff like that. Which I barely use anyway, so it wasn't really matter. But it did cost me about, it was only £70, and it is a mechanical keyboard. Now, I definitely recommend to you, buy a mechanical keyboard. It is so much nicer for your fingers. It is so much nicer for your wrists to use. It's so light, and you can just tap it like, it's really light, really easy to use. Like, but yeah, they're so much nicer to use. They may look expensive at first, but it's definitely worth the investment. Find a layout that works right for you. You can buy full-sized ones if you're really used to that. Most of them come with RGB if you do like that too. Yeah, that's much better. Also, which is good for your wrist, this is my best friend, the Razer DeathAdder V2. It is super lightweight, so fast. It goes up to 20,000 DPI, but I use it at 3,600 mostly when gaming and stuff. But it's so precise, it's so much faster. I love having the light feel to it, because I've only got baby hands. I'm not. I don't want to be pushing my mouse, using too much stress on my wrist and my fingers again. So it's really nice. It's really perfect. Of course, next is the monitor. I just knocked down the Wii sensor bar, which lies on top of my monitor. But this monitor is an LG 4K monitor. I do apologize if that is making a bit of noise. But yeah, this is an LG 4K monitor. If you don't know me already, I am a programmer studying computer science. So I love having loads of space to multitask and all that. I think it's 27-inch or 24-inch. I cannot remember. But if you prefer space, this is a great monitor to go for. I'll try and link all my stuff down below. But yeah, you don't necessarily need it if you're gaming a lot. I would then go for a 1080p monitor instead, because it's much less stress on your graphics card too. But it's your choice. It's your choice, ultimately. Going up, you could say hi to Cat Bus from My Neighbor Totoro. If you haven't watched that movie, please go and watch it. It is great. And my dog too, which has a little hat on it. So if I ever use my webcam, which I haven't used in my video, it's mostly for when I'm video calling with friends and stuff. This is the Razer Kiyo Pro, which I also got on offer for quite cheap. So go for those sales. If you're going to go for a webcam, I'd say go for the Kiyo Pro or the Logitech StreamCam. They are both equally amazing. It's on your preference. The Logitech one is much smaller, and it's a cube instead. Going down below is my wonderful, very flashy PC. Not the if you're wondering about specs, I could flash them on the screen now. Let's hope I put them there. Please, Nvidia, sponsor me and give me a new graphics card. It would be lovely. Got my lovely Wii Fit balance board. I've got a Ring Fit too, which we should probably definitely do in a later video. In terms of audio, I use the Sennheiser HD60s, a 560S. They are great headphones if you're an audiophile like me. I love listening to music. I'll put my favorite musical artists on the screen as well if you want to go and check those out too. But yeah, I love listening to music. Next to my desk setup is of course my Wii, my lovely pink Wiimote that came with my Wii. Yeah, there is my Wii. It's a bit broken on the top because this one I've had for absolutely years, since the very beginning, and then I've got one back home which is in much better condition and just sits on my shelf. So what you're probably all wondering is how I actually connect it to my PC, and this is using these two things. This is the capture card. It cost me like £5 off Amazon. It's not the best, but it does the job. It does the job that I need it to do. And this is, it is literally just an AV to HDMI converter, because the Wii is old and does not have HDMI support. So all you do is plug the AV into the Wii, then plug the HDMI to here, HDMI into here, and then this connects into the back of your PC. And then it will appear on OBS, which is perfect. And then my lovely Switch, which I'm yet to use in a video. We'll probably do Ring Fit at some point, but I also want to get the booster course for Mario Kart because I think it's done now, so it'll be great to buy. So yeah, you can also use the capture cards for that too, considering it well it's HDMI 2. I don't really think there is much else in regards to the setup, but yeah, back to Computer Shay. So I hope that video was somewhat helpful to you. Obviously it kind of started to cover a lot of things that are kind of general tips when making your setup and stuff, but I hope it was helpful in terms of what kind of stuff you can use and buy to help make your setup work. Obviously, necessarily some of the stuff I'd paid a lot more for. There's a good lot of alternatives that you don't necessarily need for now, such as the webcam, the mechanical keyboard, and the mouse and stuff. But in general, I hope it showed you the ways to connect external stuff to your PC and record it. As I think that's a lot of what people don't really know to start off with, and don't know how to actually do it. And they end up getting tricked into buying these really expensive capture cards and stuff. And I've been using these cheaper ones, and they've been working really well. And yeah, so I really hope that was helpful for all of you, and please let me know, please feel free to ask any other questions down below if you have any, and I'll be happy to answer them. And then I've got nothing else to say, but if you want, of course, go and check out my other videos if you like Wii content slash Nintendo content. And yeah, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one.